We're going to look at non-metric unit conversions. Prior, I showed you how to convert metric values. And I didn't actually show you the shortcuts that you can use by sliding the decimal place left or right, depending on whether your conversion was going to be greater to a greater unit or to one that is smaller. So what I did show you was the dimensional analysis train track method using metric units, because that technique will work here for non-metric units as well. So even though it might be easier to slide the decimal place, I preferred showing you the universal method that works for all types of units. And so we're going to look at time, and the situation we have here is the following. How many seconds are there in 2 weeks? And to solve this, I'm going to set up our train tracks. We begin with the 2 weeks. And what I'm going to do is kind of boil down unit by unit until we get to the one that we want, which is seconds. So that's the one that we want. And here's what we have: 2 weeks. So we start with the 2 weeks. So we got 2 weeks in the denominator like this. I start setting up my train tracks. In the next track, we have weeks in the denominator, and I want to find an equivalency to match the numerator so that we could have the unit weeks cancel each other out. Okay, I'm going to choose day because the equivalency is pretty easy. It's common knowledge. So we start with 1 week and realize that that's the same thing as 7 days, like so. So we're good there. Next, we set up another track. So what we're going to do is find equivalency for day. We'll go day to hour. So we have day here, hour here. Here's our equivalency. Now we have to fill in the values to make it work. 1 day is the same thing as 24 hours. I'll do the same thing with hours. The equivalency for hours and minutes will boil down to minutes. So we have hour in the denominator, minutes in the numerator. 1 hour is the same thing as 60 minutes, like so. And hey, I think we're down to our last one. I don't think there's another subunit we can find, although I'm sure we can make one up. That'd be rather peculiar. Let's not. Okay, here is minutes. The equivalency is seconds, which is exactly the thing that we want. And 1 minute is the same thing as 60 seconds. I'm going to take the time to neaten things up by performing some cancellations. So it kind of just looks nice and very thorough when we do this. We can see physically that we can cancel out numerator, denominator. Weeks are gone. Days are gone. Hours are gone. Minutes are gone. We're left with seconds. Okay. Now we just have to perform the calculation. Happens to be nothing in the denominator for this. Everything's in the numerator. So it's going to be 2 times 7 times 24 times 60 times 60. And it turns out that that number is 120 and 9,600. I'm looking over to my side. So actually that's 1,209,600 seconds. Did we get it right? Well, let's find out. I think it behooves us to ask. I'm wondering what's going to be said here. Hello, Siri. I've got a question for you. Okay, Siri, how many seconds?
I don't know what you mean by hello, Siri. I that question.
Blah, blah, blah. No. How many seconds are there in 2 weeks? How many seconds are there in 2 weeks?
Let me check that. 2 weeks converts to about 1.21 million seconds.
It converts to 1.21 million seconds. Okay, that's exactly what we got over here. So you could kind of Siri it as well, but much cooler to kind of do it out and get it a little more precise. So we dig that. Interesting things about time conversions is some things that you guys have to look forward to is celebrating it's kind of nice when you flip the decimal. You can celebrate your 10,000th day. So you got to figure out what age that is. But it's a bit older than you are now. You can celebrate your 10,000th day. It's a great party. I did that. The one party that I missed, though, and I'm kind of bummed, is the billionth second. So that's a great turn of the decimal place in life. And I totally forgot about it. So I didn't celebrate it at the time anyway. Only in arrears. So, guys, you have lots to look forward to. The 10,000th day in billionth second. So, rock on. Morad out.